Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, we are going to be going over the top 10 point guards within NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. Now, there are a ton of good point guards in this game, and I do want to say I've added 2 extra guys that are not at the primary point guard position. Normally in this video, I just do players at the primary point guard position to keep things consistent. But in this video, we got Blake Griffin, okay? Because Blake is a card that 90% of the people are just going to run him at point guard. So why would I keep him at power forward when it doesn't even make sense? So instead of Blake being on my power forward list, he's going to be on my point guard list. The second guy is GOAT Lebron James. Since he has point guard eligibility and we've got 9 other LeBrons that can play small forward, I'm moving him to point guard as well, just to give you guys a more accurate representation. Because if Bron's not on this list and Blake's not on this list, then you guys are left more confused. So cards like Vince Carter are still going to be at the shooting guard list, stuff like that. But I do want to say Blake and LeBron did end up getting moved. And then again, this list is absolutely stacked. When you guys see who's at number 10 and 9, you guys are going to be like, wow, this list is absolutely elite. But it's where we're at within NBA 2K21 MyTEAM at this current moment. Before we dive into number 10, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, please consider smashing that subscribe button as we are on the road to 80,000 subscribers. Starting my list up at number 10 is Dark Matter Invincible Penny Hardaway. 6'7", 6'10", wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. Here's the thing, guys. I love Penny Hardaway. I absolutely love him. And before the last content drop, or before Blake came out, I said he might possibly be a top 5 point guard in the game because I love him. I mean, you look at the stats, you look at the badges, there's not anything Penny does wrong. He doesn't come with steady. I absolutely love the Penny Hardaway release. Jump shot 75 on very quick. How Penny Hardaway moves, you can't like recreate it with anybody else because he just moves differently. It's just there's something about Penny that can't put him over the top, right? And that's his height. If he was 6'9", you know, maybe he'd be a top 5 point guard, but because he's only 6'7", that just limits his ability just that little bit. You're going to see the same thing with the guy at number 9, who I just like a smidge better. Now, if this was just strictly a current gen list, I would have Penny Hardaway over Luka Doncic. That's my personal opinion. But because we have next gen in this kind of consideration, I have Luka Doncic here at number 9. 6'7", 6'8", wingspan. He's my point guard, backup point guard on my no money spent squad. But I'm just not a massive fan of him. Maybe it's just because I'm not necessarily a 3 hunting type of player. But I'm not the biggest fan of Luka Doncic. I get it, right? He's got the X some base. He's very solid shifty dribble style. But the Pro 1 movement at the back, the Pro 5 between, or the Pro 5 tween is just not something I love. Luka Doncic is very solid. He's a card that came out on June 4th. So if you picked him up then, he's been a top point guard for basically a month and a half now. So it's not necessarily that Luka Doncic has been bad in this game. I guess, was he even attainable at June 4th? I think he was attainable right away. So he's not bad, right? He's just not that top tier when it comes down to it. Can't be any higher than maybe number 8. If you wanted to put Luka at number 8, I can see it. But for me, I have Luka here at number 9. Coming in one step higher at number 8 is Rudy. Here's 6'8", 7'3" wingspan. I want to make this clear. Rudy is a complete opposite of Luka. I think Rudy's best position is the shooting guard position, but still, 6'8", 7'3" wingspan, 56 Hall of Famers, 12 on gold. He's just better off the ball than as a primary ball handler. I think Rudy's best position is at the shooting guard position. Rudy base on very quick dribble style, Pro 2, size escape, Pro 3, move by the back. Similar to the Dr. J that came out just recently as the level 40 reward. That's basically what Rudy gives you. Just that secondary ball handler that's going to be elite on both ends, has a knockdown release. And you can just see in the playmaking. Not that he lacks playmaking badges, but a lot of these are on gold that you might wish were on Hall of Fame. I'm still pretty high on Rudy. Number 1, because he's got a good release. Number 2, because of his height and wingspan. I think his best position, again, is at shooting guard. And honestly, guys, he is good on both gens. Whether you play current gen or next gen, Rudy is going to be absolutely fantastic. Coming in at number 7 for me is the new out of position for Tracy McGrady card. The best Tracy McGrady that we do have on current gen. 6'8", 7'2" wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. And similar to Rudy, I do think T-Mac's best position is at shooting guard still to this day. 54 Hall of Famers, 14 on gold. And you look at the stats. I'm not really going over the stats because basically everybody's got everything you could want. Hall of Fame showtime, shooting wise, no blindness. Playmaking wise, pretty perfect. And then defensively at 6'8" with the 7'2" wingspan, he's going to be solid. Defensively, solid all the way around. Trey Burke base on very quick. Quick dribble style, Pro 2, size escape, Pro 3, move in the back. It's really preference. When you compare a T-Mac to a Luka Doncic, they do different things. But for me, I need height, I need wingspan, and that's what Tracy McGrady and Rudy both give me over Luka Doncic. Initially, I had this card higher, but coming in at number 6 for me is the Dark Matter Invincible Paul George card. 6'9", 6'11 wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. 64 LFA badges, with 4 of them being on gold. You look at Paul George here, and there's really no downfalls with the card. If you like the PG base, which I personally have grown pretty good with, there's absolutely no flaws with the card. The only thing you can say is obviously at the point guard position, I prefer PG at shooting guard, but at the point guard position, he doesn't create as well as some of the top guys on this list. That's just the only thing that you can maybe debate. But Paul George base on very quick dribble style, Pro 2, size escape, Pro 3, move in the back. He's incredible. The more I use Paul George, the more I grow closer to the Paul George base. It is, you got to be quick with it. When I miss with PG, the majority of the time I am slightly late, but the more I use this card, the more I like him. And he is one of my top favorite shooting guards in the game. Just because he's primary point guard, he's just a little bit lower. At number 5, probably the card that you could have the highest and the lowest on this list, depending on your playstyle, is Hedo Turkoglu. 6'10", 6'11 wingspan, hot spots from everywhere, 56 dollar favors, 7 on gold, 97 3-ball, 90 driving dunk, 94 ball, 90 ball handler. Defensively, he's not necessarily perfect, but he's still solid enough. However, showtime shooting wise, perfect, playmaker wise, incredible, and defensively, he's going to be solid enough. Tendency wise, here's where Hedo just leaves a little bit to be desired. So if you're wondering why Hedo is not top 3 for me, it's really the defense and his tendency. Sig wise, jump shot 98, obviously is cheesy on very quick. Should Drew stop, Pro 2, size escape, Pro 2 tween, as well as the Pro 3 move by the back. I'm telling you guys this right now. If Hedo Turkoglu is your favorite point guard in NBA 2K21, my team, that is fine. I'm okay with that because I've seen what players that like base 98, that like 300 can do with Hedo. For me, I'm more of a defensive head. I'm more of a rim running type of player. So for me, I can't have Hedo any higher. I'm glad we got a Hedo Turkoglu that is finally usable. He's just not my top point guard in the game. Still very solid. Still, for everybody, in my opinion, should be a top 5 point guard in the game. Coming in here one step higher at number 4 is the new Invincible Blake Griffin card. 6'10", 6'11 wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. 67 out of favor, 6 on gold. I think Blake's the best of both worlds, but the problem is on next gen, he's not nearly as good as he is on current gen. If this was just current gen, Blake would be a top 3 point guard, but because you do have to combine both gens, I can't put him over the edge. But on current gen, I like his release, obviously can run to the rim, and his player build at 6'10", 250 is absolutely massive. Talk about a load, Blake Griffin's exactly that. Pro 3 movement in the back obviously is incredible. Blake Griffin base on very quick is something that I can get behind. I think the 300ers can get behind as well. Just an all-around good card, a good release, great at attacking the rim. And I think his best thing, for me at least, is his wide player model on the defensive end of the court. I can't put Blake any higher than Giannis, though. I mean, I just can't. Although I do struggle with the Giannis base on current gen, on very quick, I still love Giannis to this day. 6'11", 7'4 wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. 51 Hall of Famers, 17 on gold, 88 3-ball. If you give him the Grinch, D'Antoni, maybe even have Phil Jackson, you'll be able to. If you have Phil Jackson, you'll be able to green off the catch pretty consistently with him. I still green off the catch decently consistently with Giannis. Off the dribble, it is very, very, very tough to green. Tendency-wise, solid. Sig-wise, Giannis base on very quick. I hope the next Giannis we have only has a quick release. I'm hoping and praying for 2K. Shoot dribble stop, Pro 2, size escape, Pro 3, movement back. I do believe Giannis is better on next gen than current gen for his specific value, but Giannis is good on both gens. He's a point guard on both my Xbox account and when I play competitively on PlayStation right now as well. I'm a big fan of what Giannis can give you. It's just, there's some guys on current gen that I'm starting to like more and more, and you guys are going to see that at number 1. Coming in at number 2, we do have the Dark Matter Ben Simmons. I just rate Ben Simmons that one step higher than Giannis. They're so close together. They're going to give you basically identical things. The difference is Giannis' defensive player model is a little bit better. Ben Simmons' release is better. It's just that simple. Ben is one of the easier releases to time in the game. And I wish more people honestly had the Ben Simmons base because that's a release I can get behind. It's absolutely crazy to me that Ben Simmons came out 3 months ago, basically today. Little less than 3 months ago. But that is wild to me that he is still a top 2 point guard for me in the game. Defensively is one of is a thing I like most about Ben because he is 6'10". Obviously, attacking the rim's incredible. And it's just the animations that Ben gets. Some things are explainable. Some things aren't. Ben gets incredible animations, contact dunk animations, defensive animations. He can do it all. There's no flaws within this card. And I told you guys before this video that I was including the small forward point guard LeBron James on this list. And this is my top point guard in the game. Now, if you're on current gen, you can argue that Ben and Giannis are better than him, but I don't think so. I still think LeBron, even with the Hall of Fame steady on current gen, still is that step above. 6'9", 7-foot wingspan, hot spots from everywhere. Think of a Blake Griffin player model with the XM base on very quick and has every badge in the game. Yes, steady shooter is a downfall if you're on current gen, but I said this list is for both current and next gen, so for next gen players, the Hall of Fame blinders gives him a massive edge. And just think of it like this. If you're on next gen, he's Luka Doncic that's taller with a better release. Yes, his player model is wider, which is not always the best thing, but this LeBron is incredible. I don't know what else to say. Is he worth his price? He's not, but you can't take away how good this LeBron James is. Pro 2 tween, Pro 3 movement on the back. And if you want a LeBron James to run the point guard position, this card is absolutely fantastic to do that. Alright, that is going to wrap it up for my top 10 point guards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. If you didn't see your favorite point guard on this list, I want to apologize, right? If you're Lamar Odom or Magic Johnson's your favorite point guard, I'm sorry they did not appear on this list. For a guy like Michael Jordan, look, I like MJ. I think MJ is great, but is MJ better than Penny or Luka? For me, he's not. That's why he did not make this list. So this list is, again, my list. Let me know who should have made this list that I left off of. Who is I too high on? Who is I too low on? Drop those comments down below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. And have a blessed day.